yeah, I'm keep using the lab because I have no idea. Maybe at the during the process or for or if statement, sometimes we need to update the variable. So that's why I use a lab in this case. So I just assign the variable names, the number, the num, and then 3 and 2. I consolidate. We have a 2. No, the number. Okay, so here, I actually created the number, the num. Basically, I use the let keyword, right? Meaning that I declare a variable and then assign some memory in the somewhere, and then we have a 3 number, and then we push this data to that memory, and then the num actually remember the address of this memory. This is how the computer works actually. And then I'm just trying to overwrite using the same redeclare the number, but this is not good practice actually. So this the best practice is just use the name without the let, because we already declare this variable, right? So this is the right way to use. So we assign the 3 to the num variable, and then we basically update the data 3 to 2, right? So that's why we are able to see the 2 here, correct? And also we have the number, let's say float number in this case, and then we have a number A and B. We can add them, and then we can see here. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the programming language, but in the Python, we try to add integer number and float number, right? And then it becomes float number, right? But here, I can see it. We have integer number and float number, and then I add them, and then the sum is just 5. It's sort of an integer, but I feel like they're not that strict in terms of the compiling the number. But I mean, this is good to know, yeah, just in case. So again, I declare the num, and then assign number 1 inside of my num variable. I'm confused. And then I use this fashion that we learned in Python, right? We basically increase the number. So in this case, the final number is a 4, right? Because it has a 1, and then I add one more 1, and then it becomes 2, and then I add one more 1, and become 3, and add one more 1, and then become 4. Yeah. Okay, great. This is the same as I mean, I'm trying to make the identical material for you guys as the Python, so that we can simply understanding what is the difference between the Python syntax and TypeScript syntax. So this is nothing special. We power 2 and then multiply 0.5 and then plus 3.14 pi. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to comment it out. Then comment, yeah, same structure. So for the comment for one line, we can use like a double slash, yeah. They automatically comment it out. In the Python, we can use the $ sign here, right? But in the maybe C-like language, Java, C#, C++, C, JavaScript, TypeScript, they use this double slash for the command. And then for the multiple line, we use this fashion, slash star, and then in the reverse way, star first and then slash. And then you can create whatever command on your side. So here, I have 2 variables. One is a string, the other one is a number, right? And then I'm using the comma fashion, yeah. Then I'm able to print like digital world 2020. So what if I can do like this, right? And then I can save directly. Yeah, there's no space. And then this number is become string, right? Yeah, because I directly add basically string plus number. So this this integer number becomes string. Yeah, this is the difference between the plus operation and comma operation in the console log function. Okay, this is a little bit minor thing, but as you engineer your own sort of data pipeline, this is become a really big issue. So just for your information, yeah. Great. So we have a string here. So I'm going to comment our string. So far, so good, right? It's not that hard, right? Because we at least know how Python works. We try to expand the knowledge, by on the basis of the Python syntax to TypeScript things. So this is actually identical, as the Python things. So we have hello world string here. So I'm directly consulting, right? So that we are able to see like a hello world. And then I'm trying to index the first character of this string, right? So I expect that H, right? Because we use the zero-based index, right? Just like Python. TypeScript is same. So actually, you know what? If you learn the TypeScript, this syntax is very similar to even to JavaScript. It makes sense, right? Even I think the TypeScript is a little bit strict than JavaScript. So we basically learn 3 different languages in 3 days. Crazy, right? Okay, so we have a 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So we are able to print this L character here, right? And then it's -1. What if I do -2? Oh, now we know in the Python, if we use the -1, and it basically gives us the last the character in the string, because -1 is indicating that the last index, right? But how do we create the same the function or the same like a operation? So in this case, we can do this actually. Text and length. This is the inbuilt function for the let's say TypeScript. But again, the length is always we need to -1, right? So I'm trying to remember you guys, push you guys to remember what we learned previously. So because we're starting from 0, but index gives us like the actual number starting from 1. So in order to point to the last character, we need to measure the length of the string, and then we need to we must, -1, okay, to that length. Then we are successfully access the last index, right? And also, what if I wanted to, print the middle of the character in that string, right? The same as the before, we can measure the entire length here, right? Just like entire length, and then we can divide by 2, right? And then just for safeguard, we cannot use like, as I said, 1.2 or some float number. It's good to go to make them as an integer number, because this is very safer. So I just use the float. What it does is basically, if you have like 1.2, it becomes just 1. 1.5, 1.9, it becomes just 1. Yeah, this is what the flow does. If you want to know more information, just Google it. There's a lot of information and examples out there. So yeah, so we are pretty much done in this part. And then, as I said, in the Python, we use length function, right? But here, as I said, this is the class, string class, meaning that there's some inbuilt function somebody built, right? So we just take advantage of it. However, there's no parentheses. We expect a parenthesis because some functions belongs to the class or object. But if there's no parenthesis, we can consider this is just parameter. There's no like execution. This information is just the object gonna possess in the first place. So tomorrow we are going to learn how to create the object class. In that time, we are learning how to create the parameter or function inside of the class. So maybe tomorrow I can talk about this topic a little bit deeper. So, but now we just good to go. Just know the string has the parameter, and let's say the variable called length, and the return value is the actual length of the string. Okay. Here in the Python, yeah, just like the same fashion here, the string has their own specialized inbuilt function to make them lowercase or uppercase, right? Same as Python. The TypeScript has exactly same function, but a little bit different name. I don't know why they make a different name, but we need to follow the syntax, as I said. So the syntax is same. Syntax is in Python is upper. In the TypeScript, just two uppercase and parentheses close, open and close. So now we have hello digital world. This is all lowercase, right? And this is all uppercase because we use this function, yeah. And then you can jump, uncomment this one. Yeah, okay. I think I can increase the window a little bit. So I use, there's a sort of a multiple way, but I can say there's two ways that we can use in terms of concatenate the strings, okay? So using the plus, so we can concatenate. So there's a two different sort of, is there any text here? Okay, yeah, text we declare here, right? And then the string is we declare here. It has the hello digital world. So there's just basically three different strings. One string, this is second string, the third string. We basically concatenate three different strings into one. So this is the string. Yeah. So we have a there should be comma here. Yeah. Increase a little bit. Oops. Okay. And the other way around is we can use the literal fashion. So I cannot remember the name of the key, but it's backward. It's next to number 1 on your keyboard. So we use this backward, open and close, and then we can. This is syntax we must follow. We use the $, and then curly brace, and then curly brace. So this function is identical as this function. So it depends on you what is the useful way or familiar way that you guys want to use it. So there's some information here. So object literal. Okay, so I think I can read over the command. So there's more information that you guys can learn something here. Great. And casting, yeah. This is the same format we learned in Python yesterday. So we have a 3 as string, right? And then we have the float number 3.0, right? Okay. Yeah. So, okay, let me comment it out. Great. So my string is this one, right? So we expect there's a 3, right? Actually, let me clean up here. I'm confused as well. And then we trigger to execute. Come on. Save. Come on. Okay. I can just, okay, here you go. So this console log and my string, interesting. Where is my string here? let me comment it out. Here is something wrong. Let me clear here. I save to trigger re-execute. Let's say is save. Interesting. So anyhow, so this is nothing special. We have a console log, and then we have a string, and then using the comma fashion, I'm trying to concatenate here, right? So I'm gonna comment it out. I don't know why it doesn't work, but that's weird. So here, my string number. So we know inside of this variable, there's a string 3, which is character. It's not a number, right? And then we try to cast string to number and then multiply 10, right? This is in the Python we use the float function, but in the TypeScript we can use this number function to cast string to the real number, so that we are expecting C 30, right? Because we have a 3 and then multiply 3 by 10, obviously 30. So here I before cast my float number here. I expect this is the string. No. My float number is a number or integer number or float number. And then once we cast real number, let's say number to string, then we expect that this is the string. So this is the string value. I think this is a little bit weird. Yeah. The before number, after casting, this is a string. Yeah. A bit confused. I'm sorry. Yeah. So now, same as the number or string, we have the value true. This is the, the looks like the Boolean value, but this is the string, right? Because it has a double quotation. So we want to check what is the type, right? And then if you use the type, and then it prints, this is a string. It makes sense, right? And then once we cast string value to the actual Boolean value, then it gives us the Boolean, which is a data type. So this is nothing special. It's very identical execution like Python things. Do you guys have any question for now? Okay. Okay, there are questions. Yay. Yeah. Yeah. Great.